Al, thank you so much for coming and talking to us today at the State of the Franchise. First things first, May 21st, you announced that fans are going to be able to fill up Levi Stadium full capacity. How excited are you for that to happen this fall?
Beyond excited. I mean, you saw what last year was like. It was tough on and off the field. I remember literally sitting about 20 rows up in Levi Stadium when Raheem Mostert took off in our first regular season game and scored, and here I am yelling and screaming, and I can hear my own echo. I'm not ready for that again, so I can't wait to welcome back 70,000 faithful. It's going to be really awesome.
Now, a big part of that is the vaccinations of the Bay Area, the United States. Levi's was a huge part of that, making it a vaccination site, which sounds logistically very daunting, but it seemed to happen really smoothly. Tell us about how that worked.
It was really daunting. I appreciate you bringing that up. It's definitely one of those moments that I never thought I would do. I never thought I would work at a stadium that had to be opened as a vaccination center, but here we sit today. We vaccinated over 450,000 people in Santa Clara County. And really that paved the way to get us all back to some semblance of normalcy. And I have to thank Jim Mercurio, the County of Santa Clara, Governor Newsom, the administration. I mean, it really was a smooth rollout. Once we got up and running, we got to about 15,000 people per day. And it's different, right? Normally we're celebrating touchdowns and we're high-fiving each other or hugging each other. For me, I tackle Prague on the sidelines. We always laugh. But I was like walking over there and seeing people, get the shot in their arm and feeling like them smiling and looking over the 50-yard line and thinking about what could be. Now we get to live it as August rolls around, and so it's really, really neat.
Good to feel like everything's kind of turning the corner heading into the season.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're a fabric of this community, and I always say we're more than what we do on Thursdays, Sundays, sometimes Saturdays, I guess, and Mondays. And our players are that way, our organization's that way, and it was our time to step up. And again, we had 2 million square feet, so it was perfect, and this community desperately needed it. And I can't thank the York family enough for paying for it, for Levi's for stepping up and supporting the cause. The county needed the funds to do so. We wanted to make sure it continued to be free for everybody, and it was a great experience.
Now, what a great time for everybody to be coming back into the stadium. It is the 75th anniversary of the foundation of the franchise. I know you can't tell us everything that's going to happen this season, but can you give us a little preview of the events that are planned for the fans this season?
I'm super excited, to wear that, to have that diamond patch on our jersey. It's reminiscent of, I think all the 49ers fans can remember when we wore that patch. Now, if it was the NFL 75th anniversary at that time, but we played in the Super Bowl that year. And so for us, we're really excited to roll out a bunch of new things this year. You're going to have the gear that you can go buy. I know Levi's has got a tailored shop within our team store. There's all kinds of merchandise on 49ers.com/75. I know as part of this State of the Franchise, you're going to get some new information here that's going to come from Jed York, the owner, around some new things that are coming. But for us, it's like welcoming back fans and doing so at the 75th anniversary. The ability to celebrate Bryant Young or BY going into our Hall of Fame, which we never really got to do. Celebrating our Super Bowl run. We all know it didn't go the way we wanted to, but we should celebrate that team, raise that banner right around our 2019 NFC Championship game and remember that and honor it. And then it gets down to on the field. So we got a ton of giveaways when people come in. We got new programs on food and beverage when they get back in the building. We got to get ready to open this building back up. It's been off for a year and a half, so we're starting to work out the kinks. So all I ask fans is be patient with us. We haven't done this. We're going to need some reps just like our players do. So with that, we're going to have training camp practices in the stadium. We need to turn this bad boy back on. We're looking forward to having thousands and thousands of people come out and watch our team.
Now, another milestone for you, I know it's near and dear to your heart, it's the 30th anniversary of the 49ers Foundation. So tell us what the organization has in store for this year.
Well, I think the big key milestone is the fact that we're going to give out our $50 million, right? $50 million into the community from the York family to the Bartolo family. I mean, this foundation, I'm just lucky enough to have the keys right now, but Hannah Gordon and our entire community impact team, Justin Prettyman, Jetty Luke, I mean, all the people that are on that side, they do such a great job in the community. And whether it's working with our nonprofit donors like City Year, Fresh Lifelines for Youth, Tipping Point, I mean, all the people that we work with day in and day out, on top of what Jesse Lovejoy does with our 49ers STEAM education program, or what Jared Moella does with our 49ers prep program. Growing up playing football myself, I really walking around or playing flag or playing tackle, you want to have that emblem of that team in which you reside in. And now being the only Bay Area NFL football franchise, it really is incumbent upon us to give back to the community. And so, this year our goal is again to raise $5 million. I think our fan base has done a tremendous job, but to do it alongside of this family, which gives back every single day. Look for us to, throughout the season, recognize those prep programs, those STEAM programs. And on top of that, it's really important to recognize all the first responders. Like, this is near and dear to my heart. My sister is a nurse. I watch what they went through this last year and a half. And so, we're all excited to kick off, but at the same time, it'll be good to embrace those who gave back so much of their lives to give us our lives back. And so the foundation will be a big part of that.
Now, this past year, a lot of kids, you reached out to them, youth programs, to make sure that they could stay in touch with the 49ers. Now, it was a kind of a unique situation because of what was going on in the world. But now, coming up, you have programs in place to help fans stay connected that maybe aren't in the Bay Area.
I'm fired up about the 49ers supporters program. Thank you for asking. We always say, like, there's 70,000 fans that come into this building, but we got 10 million plus fans all over the globe. And you've seen some of the things that we've done in Jed, and going over to Leeds United, and we've learned a lot from English Premier League teams. We're not going to join a Super League, but we've learned a lot from English Premier League clubs to how do we engage the fans that don't get to come into Levi Stadium. Those who are tuning in on your network or our broadcast network every single day watching this team. Now, we hope everybody at some point in their life cycle can get to Levi's to experience it live, but for those who don't, it's incumbent upon us to give them behind-the-scenes access, content, all the things that they desire as they, they're always looking at your social media feed around what's going on in camp. I mean, we got an exciting team right now on the field that people want to follow and our fans want to support. So we're going to give them that platform to do so. So be on the lookout for more news that comes in about the August timeframe.
So not just America's team, the world's team.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm biased. I know we don't have the most Super Bowls. We're still chasing that now. But look, we're the 5-time Super Bowl champions. We've played international games in Mexico. We've played them in London. And our stadium, we're going to continue to host the world's greatest sporting events, not just 49ers games.
Now, for those fans who do get to come to the stadium, you have a lot of new things headed in store for them. Food and beverage-wise, you touched on a little earlier. I mean, that's what I'm interested in. I want to know what the new food items are going to be. I heard it's cashless transactions. So give us a few previews on what's coming up for those fans that are in the stadium.
Well, we're definitely in the world of cashless now. It's like the year of COVID or the year of the QR code. We've all been in restaurants where we had to scan our phone and think about what we were going to order. And a lot of that was already coming in our stadium, but with the help of our partner Visa, we're going to go to a member-inclusive menu. So our fans really have been screaming about this through their fan surveys and focus groups that to add some member benefit value, the ability to give that away to them. Now, no one's ever done it at this scale, so yes, we like to be the first at things. No one's ever given away sort of food to 70,000 people, so bear with us. Learn the technology. Thankfully, what you just did the last year of your life will really transfer over to Levi's Stadium. But we're really, really excited to launch that program.
That's great. Now, not only is this season the 75th anniversary, but there are quite a few primetime games, 3 home primetime games. You've got a lot of different themes coming up for the games. Give us a little insider tips on what's going to happen for this season, special games that you're looking out for.
Well, I think, that first home opener against the Green Bay Packers, and there's all the intrigue, of course, around the storylines of the Packers, let's just say that way. But, it speaks to the power of our franchise, the power of the team, the power of our fan base to have 5 primetime games, 3 at home. You're going to see a lot during those games, whether it's new giveaway items. We're going to do giveaways for every single game this year. I won't steal Jed's thunder, but you may see some unique opportunities as it relates to on-field type of things. And, we're really interested in celebrating, our 75 years. And with that, it's not just about the gear, it's not just about the logo or the diamond, it's not just about some of these new things. It really truly is about the alumni base. And we'll be able to put multiple people into the 49ers Hall of Fame this year. I know Jed's going to talk about who those people are, but it really is a celebration of all things San Francisco 49ers throughout the entire season. But the primetime games are special because that's when everyone in the world is watching.
I think the 49ers do such a great job in incorporating their alumni back into the program, getting them back around the facility. I know that's kind of been something that was focused on when John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan took over.
It's been a huge part of, I mean, since I've been here, it'll be my, I guess, 12th season in some capacity with the San Francisco 49ers. And you hear about it when you're not here. I didn't grow up here, around the power of this alumni base and what it means to be a 49er. And we always say about the 49er way. I know John and Kyle talk a lot about that. And we lived it, at least I lived it for the first time in a real way during Dwight Clark, and honoring him as, unfortunately when he lost and passed, having that Dwight Clark Day, and now being able to do that with media here and fans here for training camp. Like, make sure you come out for 8-7 Day. What the York family and the DeBartolo family did throughout the Golden Heart Foundation. Now that's raised over millions of dollars that we've been able to give back to our alumni players and their families when they need it. And so it's always about, of course, our fans remember what they did on the field, but our rookies, even our young veterans, I mean, having those guys come in and speak to the team, I mean, you really get a sense for what it means to be here. You feel the responsibility every single day when you walk past those trophies. There's a certain excellence and a certain hard work and desire, grit that you need because you don't want to let those individuals down. Like, we stand on the shoulders of some great giants that built this franchise, and I'm so, to me, I pinch myself every single day that I get to walk into this building and walk out on that field on game day and just be a little small piece of it. So, for our fans, something was taken away from us for a year of our life. A lot of things were taken away from us, and I know everybody felt that struggle. And the 49ers, we try to do a great job, as good a job as we can in mental health and giving back and meals to people that didn't need it. But what's coming back to all of us is that sense of community, that sense of pride, that sense of fandom. There's no place in the world where you immediately walk into a stadium and a complete stranger you're friends with. And I know for me, as a father of 3 girls, maybe you do take that for granted. I'll never do that again. When I get to walk in with my 12, 10, and 8-year-old on Sunday for that first primetime game, the emotions will be running through me, as I know they'll be running through all of our fans.
Now, along with football, there weren't any events at Levi's last season. There's going to be some coming up. I know a lot of people are wondering when concerts are going to come back. I'm sure George Kittle is wondering when wrestling is going to come back.
Yeah, George Kittle and I didn't know it, but on Twitter I responded to the San Jose Sharks president around bringing the Winter Classic back. And then George responded he needed an XL 49ers Sharks sweater. So George lets me know about it. So concerts are definitely going to be coming back in the summer of 2022. We may have some later this year, we'll see. But this building is going to be jam-packed post this football season. And then we're working on really, really big events. It's no secret, I've been very much out there saying we want to bring the Super Bowl back to the Bay Area. I thought we did a great job hosting Super Bowl 50. I want to do it again. All of our government affairs and politicians have been supportive of that. Our community and corporate partners have been supportive of that, and I know the fans are going to be supportive of that. Tampa Bay got to win their Super Bowl in their home market. I know we wanted to do so for Super Bowl 50, but let's bring that back. And then on top of that, we're really bidding for the World Cup 2026. It's amazing to have the World Cup back on U.S. soil first time since really 1994. And Levi Stadium is one of the stadiums across the country that are vying to host multiple games. And we hope to have those answers before the end of this calendar year.
Anything you want to say at the end of this, Al, to the fans who are just so excited to get back into the stadium?
I mean, what I would say is thank you for hanging in there with us. Again, it wasn't a fun year for anybody. I think that's the understatement of the day. And I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to hug and high five. And John and I always have that fun time around the holidays where we go out into the parking lot and we give out gifts. And for me, that's going to be happening every Sunday. I can't wait to get here early, to go out in those tailgate lots, to see people. And then as the games go, to really celebrate. So we can't wait to see you. The last thing I would say is look out for as much information on 49ers.com and all of our social channels.
Sounds good. Thanks so much for joining me, Al.
Thank you so much for having me.